Listen, I'm not making this video to judge you. I'm making this video to help you. Let's talk about insecurities. Being insecure is one of the most unattractive things a human being can be, okay? Yeah. I grew up believing that statement very, very deeply. And I grew up around the time when people were talking about this. Not a lot, I guess, but like sometimes people that I was following, were talking about this. And that a whole idea got really deeply ingrained into my brain that being insecure is very, very unattractive. And insecure people are very, very annoying and very, very unattractive. Okay? And I, therefore, grew up believing and like really internalizing that like you cannot expose your insecurities to other people. You cannot constantly talk about them. You cannot make that your whole personality. Like that is bad. And also I grew up kind of knowing some people who made their insecurity their whole personality. And that honestly in itself served as the biggest proof to me that this is truly one of the most unattractive and unpleasant things a person can be, is deeply insecure. Now, I want to make it very clear that I'm not judging anybody here, first of all, and I'm also not saying that you have to be perfect, you have to be completely enlightened, you have to do all of the self-improvement and self-development work that can be done, you have to do all the therapy there is and have absolutely no insecurities. That is not at all what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about how, it is okay for everybody to have insecurities. Like, that's okay, that's normal, that's very, very human. People are just like this. It's okay. Okay? People have different problems. That is very normal. The problem starts when people take this whole idea of being unworthy, not good enough, not like ever good enough for anything, not successful enough, not beautiful enough, not smart enough, whatever it is, and make it their whole personality. To the point where they are talking about this, okay? To the point where they are talking about this to people all the time. And that is one of the biggest topics always, all right? About how, they could never do this. Like, they could never, I don't know, do what you're doing or go to the places where you go, or talk about the things that you talk about, or dress the way that you do, or whatever it is, that they are, like, they just couldn't. And to be honest with you, the problem is that every single time, if you're very lucky if you never met people like this, by the way, very, very lucky, because it can be very infectious, and it is so draining. It is incredibly draining. You can never make them happy. You can never satisfy them in any way. You can never be a good friend to them because they will use you and abuse you and make you feel like shit for trying to help them and trying to support them, okay? But they will, it's almost like they will make you feel guilty for the fact that they feel unworthy and they feel not good enough. This is kind of crazy, but it's true. On the same topic, I made a video about why you shouldn't trust people who don't love themselves and why you shouldn't take their advice and also like shouldn't be offended at their judgment. So it's a good video. I'm proud of it. I do a lot of unpacking there, and I'll leave a link to it down below. Please check it out. Let me know your thoughts. And it's kind of in the same realm of, obviously, of course, like staying away from those people, but also being very mindful of your own behavior so you do not become like this. Whether or not you have people like this in your circle, be very careful and very mindful, But then again, like I said, it is okay to have insecurities. When it comes to making insecurity your whole personality, okay? Whether we are talking about you, if you have been feeling stuck in your insecurities lately, or if you observing this behavior in some people around you, it's very important to get very, very mindful and understand the benefits of that, because whenever people are stuck in a certain situation for a long time and you don't see them doing anything to get out of it, like, it's, if it looks like they might be happy being exactly where they are, it's probably because they are. Being insecure and translating those ideas to other people has a lot of benefits. Being stuck in a certain negative situation has a lot of benefits. And it's important that we talk about them, right? I do talk about shadow work a lot, and I do strongly suggest that you do shadow work. And this is basically what we're doing here. We are kind of like unpacking this again, and like the benefits of such behavior. So if you have been feeling stuck in your ways, if you know what you need to do but you are not doing it, this is your cue to get really mindful and like pay attention to that and what that might mean for you, right? And like to really start getting yourself out of this rut. And if you are very confused about some people around you, maybe some people that you love very much and you try to help them, you really want to help them, you give them advice, you give them tips, you like, I don't know, send them videos, suggest books to them, you're offering help. So you know that they have the tools, but they are just not taking them. They are just not doing anything, right? It ends up draining you more, and it doesn't move the needle with them at all, whatsoever. And it's because they are happy being exactly where they are. You know, being confident and being successful and admitting how great you are is putting you in the position of action. It is putting you in the position of a person who is not relying on everybody for anything. You are doing something. You are being active in your own life. When you are being a poor little person with like no personality, and you're constantly not good enough for anything, and you are always complaining to other people about how not good they are and how it's almost like everybody's fault that you are not good enough or not pretty enough, not smart enough, whatever the hell it is, right? Like it's everybody's fault but theirs, or maybe it is their fault, and that makes them even feel even worse about themselves. Like, oh my God, that is exhausting even talking about this. But it has so many benefits. Okay, it has so many benefits. It allows people to manipulate other people very, very easily. Okay, it allows them. This is one of the biggest benefits. They can manipulate others and get what they want without putting effort into this, without putting in the work. All right, they make other people feel bad for themselves. It like begs for pity, basically, right? And you would think, I feel like, again, if you're a confident person, you understand how unattractive that is when you do not want people to pity you. You do not want other people to feel bad for you all the time. Like, this is such a unpleasant and uncomfortable position to be in. And especially when you make that the core of your personality, like the people who are really stuck in those kind of ways, this is incredibly, incredibly unattractive. Once again, just to remind you, you do not have to keep saving these people. It is not about that. It truly has lots of benefits. A lot of people fall for this and do give them benefit of the doubt. It also allows them to be a shitty person. I'm just going to say it how it is. It fully allows them to be a shitty person and not change their ways, not change their behaviors because, well, they're so poor. Life was so unfair to them. They do not care that life is unfair to most people. And if you look good, if you do not look like your trauma or whatever, it doesn't mean that nothing ever happened to you. It doesn't mean that you never had to overcome any difficulties and any adversity. Like, you just chose to step out of the victimhood. Speaking of victimhood, it is really difficult to look at your shadow self. It is really, really painful sometimes to look at your own behaviors and at your own self and see what needs to be fixing, what needs to be healed, and what work needs to be done. This is really difficult. And a lot of people choose not to ever do that work. It is way too hard. They do not ever even allow themselves to even get there, to even think about that. Everybody else is at fault. Everything is other people's fault, okay? Or it's just because life is unfair, but they will refuse to shift the needle, to do anything. It will allow them to stay in their victimhood, okay? They cannot face their shadows and their own victimhood because that requires work, that requires courage, bravery, and that also means that you will have to eventually do something about that because once you see those things, like certain things about yourself, you have to, like, you know that you have to fix that. You know you have to do hard work right now. Like, you will know you will need to do hard work. And you don't ever have to do that if you are just making insecurity a personality. Like, you can just stay in that. You do not have to put any effort at all. I'm very grateful, I have to say, that nowadays influencers and generally people online and in real life as well, see it as a cool thing to hype yourself up. Like, it is cool to say how great you are and how amazing you are, not to put yourself down, because self-deprecating humor and generally like self-deprecation was so incredibly popular when I was growing up. So incredibly popular. Like, it was seen almost like as a good taste when people compliment you to like put yourself down, to never admit that, yeah, you do think that you look good. You do also think that you are smart and you're great and you're amazing. Like, you did have to like play it down somehow. And I always felt like really badly about that, because it's like really uninspiring. The people who are admitting how great they are and who are very confident about this are the people who will uplift you. These are not ever the people who will make you feel bad about yourself. These are the people who will see the good in you too. They see this goodness in themselves, they be the beauty, the potential, everything. They will see the same things in you. These are the same people who will also call you out on your bullshit to help you grow. Okay? These are never the people who will tell you that you shouldn't try new things, that you shouldn't try moving to a different country, you shouldn't try taking on this new project and putting yourself out there because they could never. Like, you have to start looking at people as mirrors at least a little bit. Like, you really, really, really do. Anyways, listen, the point that I'm trying to get to in this video is that you have got to be very mindful. You've got to be very mindful of your own behaviors and of the people around you, because these behaviors are very, very infectious. So if you see this behavior in people close to you, please be very mindful and pay very close attention to them. Please make sure that those behaviors do not bleed into how you start behaving and who you start to associate yourself with, right? If you are starting to notice that you have been stuck for a long time in this victimhood, in self-pitying, there are steps that you can take to get out of this. There are actionable tools, there are tips, there's lots of helpful information out there for you to get out of this. I will link, like I said before, lots of helpful videos from my own channel in the description box. Please do check them out. There are things that you can do to get out of this, okay? Do not ever let anybody make insecurity your whole personality. Please don't. Like, it is truly one of the most unattractive things. I know it sounds harsh, but at the same time, it is very, very true. You have got to start hyping yourself up, hyping your own friends, hyping up the people around you. That is the way to go. Pay very close attention to your own patterns and your own behaviors when it comes to this. Anyways, it was just a quick little video that I made without much of a script. I just wanted to talk about this because I feel strongly about this. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching this video. I really hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please like this video, you guys, and please subscribe to my channel. It's very, very important for me and for my channel, so please support me. I will be really grateful for that. And I will see you in the next one.